my channel. So finally I have got the frame sliders for RS457. So this is from a company known as Hyperrider. It's a Bangalore based company, and there is no video available on YouTube where anyone has installed these frame sliders. Hence I thought I will go for this brand. I've heard a lot about RNG, Architect and all these frame sliders, but not about the Hyperrider frame sliders. This looks cool, and let's see what it has to offer. I just got it from Dynamic Rider store offline here in Hyderabad, and it costed me 6,500 rupees. I didn't get the fitting done over there because I wanted to do it myself. So in this video I am going to show you how to install the frame sliders. For that I will have to open both the fairings of my RS457, and it will be a DIY video. If ever you want to open the fairings of your motorcycle for some work, you can follow this video. So you don't want to miss any part of this video, and hence let's get started with the video. It did not have any box or anything. It just came in this bubble wrapping. Here it states Dynamic Riders, the store name, and Aprilia RS457 frame sliders, and the price is mentioned as 6,499 rupees. Let's go ahead and unbox it. These are the plates that will be mounted on the chassis of the motorcycle, and these are the frame slider, the main module, and we have some nuts and bolts inside, 2 nuts, and we have plates for the frame sliders as well. So this is nothing but the plating which will go inside like this, and it will say Skyler Hyperrider.in. This is how it will look like. I am here with my RS457, and these are the 2 frame sliders. I have assembled it, and now let's go ahead and remove both the side fairings. First I will remove the right side fairing, and then I will remove the left side fairing, and we will install this. This is going to be a DIY video. I am super excited. This is my Taparia tool set which I always use to work on my motorcycle. So we will need few Allen keys. So if you want to purchase this item, you can purchase it from Amazon. It has various types of things. You can pretty much open the entire bike using this tool itself. First we will have to open these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. After opening the screw, this panel will be out. This panel is removed. Now we will start removing the fairing. So there is a nut inside this. You will have to remove this nut in order to access the panel. This nut is also removed. This is very important. If you don't remove this nut, you will not be able to open the fairing. Now we will have to remove the fairing nuts. So there are 4 to 5 Allen keys over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 Allen keys, and there are few screws inside as well. We will remove these also. First remove the main Allen keys. There are 3 Allen key bolts over here. These are star Allen keys. We will have to remove this. This is the inner part of the fairing. So I have removed all the nuts and bolts of the fairing, and please note that the number plate holder also needs to be removed. So there are 2 screws over here which I removed, and now the fairing is completely free. There is a locking kind of a mechanism over here which you need to remove. It is a ball kind of a pin which has to be removed. I couldn't shoot that part, but we have removed that pin. Only after that pin is removed, you will be able to take out the fairing. So you need to be very careful while removing the fairing so that no clips and all gets damaged. The left fairing has been removed. Now that everything is removed, we need to mount the base mount for our frame slider. So this base mount will mount over here like this, and if you can see, the hole is inside this, and there is already a nut which is holding the fairing and the engine block together. So this nut has to be removed, and they have supplied a different nut which is bigger than that because it has to fit from outside. So this nut will be used in order to hold the engine chassis and the frame slider. So I'm gonna remove it. So this nut can be removed using the Taparia set which I showed you earlier, that Taparia set, but that cannot handle a lot of torque. So in order to remove the engine nut and tighten it, I am using a different set of tool. This is the major set which I have at my home. If you are wondering how do I have all these things, so I never told that in my videos. My father was a mechanical engineer in the Indian Army, and that's why he is very passionate about mechanical and electrical things. So he does things on his own, and those characteristics I have also pursued and I have learned a lot from him. That's why we have different kind of tools. I think someday I'll give you the tool room overview of our house. We have a dedicated tool room in our house. So yeah, I'm going to use this tool set in order to open the main engine nut and main frame nut, and then we will install this part. So I am using this 14 number socket, and it is attached to this ratchet like this. Yeah, and this can hold a lot of torque. That's why I'm using this. The plate has been mounted, and you can see the nut, the Allen key, the new Allen key which came with the frame slider is mounted over here. And next is this. It has a big nut inside that which will be locked using the Allen key. We should not install it right now. So this nut will go inside this hole, and if we install it right now, we will not be able to install the fairing. So the first fairing has to be installed, and then this will be installed in the end. And if you are wondering what are these wirings, this is for the Aoocci C6 Pro which I mounted last month, and this wiring is for the dual horn because my bike has a dual horn. This is the secondary horn and the primary horn is over there. I did the wiring with the relay. If you want to watch both of these installation video, I'll put the link in the description section down below. So let's go ahead and mount the fairing, and then I will move on to the left hand side of the bike to install the left frame slider. I have installed the fairing, all the nuts and bolts have been tightened, and now it's time to install the frame slider. So you can see the inner part over here, and this is the hole where this nut will be installed, and it will be tightened using an Allen key over here. So it will be like this, and I have the Allen key. So this has been tightened. Now this plate will be installed. This is the branding plate, and all these screws will be covered. So it will be installed like this, and there are two screws supplied with it. We're gonna install these screws over here. So this is how it looks, and right side frame slider is installed on my RS 457. And let me show you the left hand side. So the left hand side does not have the frame sliders. We're gonna remove all this panel and follow the same procedure for the left panel as well, because the procedure will be same. I'm not going to shoot the left part of it, and after installing I will show you the bike in action, how it looks. I have removed the left panel of my bike, and here is where the frame slider plate is mounted. I installed the nut also. It's just that I just need to install the fairing, and then this particular left side frame slider will be installed. You can see the left hand fairing is out there and other parts are over here. This is the next day. Yesterday it was too late by the time I finished the installation of both the side frame sliders, and it was almost 12 in the night. Hence today I am back. I gave it a nice wash. It's polished and perfectly ready to suit the Hyperrider frame sliders, and this is how it looks like. this design, I think it looks cool to me, and you might think that this design will not be good if the bike falls and it will not help in sliding, but no, it's not. It has rounded edges over here, and this is metal part is very heavy, guys. You will not be able to justify the quality in the videos, but once you see it in person, it is super awesome, and it gives a cool look to the bike as well. I didn't go for other brand frame sliders because I somehow did not like the looks of those frame sliders, but looks is secondary. The primary function should be to protect the bike, and this frame slider also protects the bike. This is very sturdy. If I move it, the entire bike moves. You can see I am able to move the entire bike. It is that sturdy. It doesn't even vibrate, and the fitting was very nice. Let me show you the left side frame sliders as well. So here is how it looks, and from the top, while you are riding, this is how it will look like. So I think this is the best frame sliders which I could get for my liking, and now my bike looks complete. It also has the Crank 1 carbon rear brake pads. I already upgraded the front brake pad with the full system GPR exhaust and the new air filter. The bike is performing next level. This is the kind of modification that I wanted to do, and I think right now all the modifications that I wanted to do on my RS 457 is complete, and this bike has more than 1.7 lakhs worth of loadings right now. The major cost being the GPR exhaust system, which itself costs 70,000 rupees. And if you guys want to know what all accessories are installed in this bike, I can make a dedicated video on that, because this bike has hell lot of accessories, and Aoocci C6 Pro is also first thing which you see on a RS 457. You don't get to see these modules on a fade motorcycle, but I went ahead and installed it. Thanks to Aoocci for sponsoring that. And from the front also, the bike looks so beefy, and this is the kind of look that I wanted. I know most of you guys don't like this, but I can't help it, guys. This is very useful for my use case, because the way I park my motorcycle, and whenever I have to take it out, I need to shift the rear end of the motorcycle because the parking space is so tight, and this comes in very handy. If this was not there, it puts a lot of strain on my fingers in order to shift the tail section. Hence, the function is more important than form factor. If you don't like it, that's your choice, but I don't have any choice. I need to have it. And you can see the chain also, it is clean lubed, and the bike is awesome right now. So this is the video that I wanted to make, and if you want to purchase this Hyperrider frame sliders for RS 457, you can directly go to the hyperrider.in website. You can purchase it from there, and if you are from Hyderabad, you can get it in Dynamic Riders store. I got it from there. The cost is 6,500, and it is totally justified as per me. So let me know, what do you think about the modification on my RS 457, and do put your thoughts in the comment section below. And please don't forget to subscribe the channel, because it is free for you, but it definitely helps me a lot. With that, I will sign off from this video, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.